Hey YouTube, my name is Eve the Weave. Like, share, and subscribe. And honey, we haven't had a dark room moment in a minute, so you know when it's a dark room moment, honey, I want to go in about a couple of things, and it's getting really crazy. It is really getting crazy. Like, I wanted to talk about a couple of things in celebrity news, Instead of having Messy Wednesday, I'm going to do, well, it actually is Wednesday because it's after 12, but I'm going to do this for Tuesday. So this is Messy Tuesday, honey. Honey, these celebrities is out here going off. They are mad. They are mad. Let's see. Um, I know by now y'all all heard about Future's son, 17 years old, and how I guess he said he's going to get the best lawyer for his son. His son is facing serious charges of criminal gang activity, trespassing, and altering the ID of a firearm. And those are like real, like, those are real charges. Like, I guess he probably tried to scrape the serial number, which is the ID of a firearm, and a lot of young kids usually scrape the serial number off of the gun so it won't have to be tracked back to them. When if you're going to scrape the serial number off, I think you should wipe your fingerprints off too. But these kids today, they all over the place. What else I wanted to talk about? I was looking at Gossip in the City's post from February 6th, and it's about Superhead's baby father wrote a long note. I guess like he's like I'm not gonna say I guess he's like depressed or facing some type of mental unstableness. I'm not gonna say mental illness because really the letter was really about her. I'm gonna read y'all the letter. Not many people get to choose their last words. The last 24 hours has been tough, but to be honest, I've been struggling for a long time now. I met a certain individual when I was 25 years old, not knowing who this person was. And for years, this person has been a huge trigger for my depression, anxiety, and just overall struggles with my mental health. So basically, he's basically saying he's depressed, mental health and anxiety. So basically, he just put it out there. I didn't want to say it, but he said it. Let me read the rest. Some of you know my story and how hard I've worked to go and get where I am today. The idea of someone threatening to destroy or ruin it all was unimaginable. For years I would do whatever she said and give her anything she needed. If I did not, she would threaten to ruin me. Ruin my career. She would tell me that she could make up and say anything and people would believe it because it's her. For years I asked her to just leave me alone and how she makes me feel and she just wouldn't. You know what this is? I'm going to break some of this down. Like I'm going to read a paragraph of it and I'm going to break it down. My thing is, people like to just fuck with people. And I don't know why you just don't leave people alone. You know what I'm saying? After the relationship is over, that's your baby father. Whatever she got over him, why would you threaten to ruin that man's career who is your child's father? These kids have to grow up and hear about this someday. Even if they don't hear about it from the parent that you are doing this to. You understand what I'm saying? People just don't know how to leave people alone. Y'all broken up. Why y'all just can't co-parent and take care of the kid? It's not about y'all no more. It's about the child. Let me keep reading. I value success so much that I sacrifice my own personal well-being and mental health for it. I lived my life privately so that she would not be triggered or do anything to harm me or the people I care about. Consistently dealt with threats, extortion, and mental and emotional abuse. Recently, it sent me to an even deep and darker place. I reached out to someone whom she did the same thing to. His advice was this. Wow. It's worth your sanity. I cut off communication and stopped answering to her demands, and she acted out. Don't believe the lie. She uses it as promo for her new books. Now you see what I'm saying? Superhead has outed everybody in the rap community and some actors too. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all remember the guy from what's that show? Columbus Short. I ain't gotta say the show. He was on with he was doing the thing with Olivia Pope. What's that show? It's been on for a couple of years, but it was a good show. I love that show. And it's crazy how he went with her, even though he got fired from that show. But he was with her, and he had like some type of thing going on with him too. So I don't know if this is the person he's saying that he reached out to. I don't know if her and Columbus Short are still together. But it's just funny how he spiraled down a hill when his career was on an up high. You understand what I'm saying? He was with a long time girlfriend. It's like a whole backstory to it. It's just crazy to me. As hurtful as all this has been, what she's done is expected. She's she's a cruel, abusive, and oh my God, I can't even read that word person. So please do not get this confused. The decision I'm making today isn't about her. It has more to do with you all. I've received some of the most hurtful and what? Wait a minute. Come hold on, y'all. Wow. I received some and hurtful messages. People I'm cool with sending what? This whole paragraph. I'm looking at the paragraph and I'm trying to read it to y'all, but let me tell y'all something. This whole paragraph is crazy. It's been tough seeing how much people enjoy others' misery. One thing people love more than building people up is tearing them down. It's one thing. It's crazy. That's all I'm going to say, y'all. It's crazy. It's one thing when it's stronger, and another when it's people you know, and all of you contribute to it. The gossip, the screenshots, the jokes, and the insults, talking behind people's backs and smiling in their faces. You are part of the problem. This is someone's life. You never know what they are going through. And now people can say anything and people will believe it. I'm I'm gone, but I hope the next person you treat with more care. I I remember when Kobe passed away, I looked at LeBron's comment on IG and saw how disgusting and hateful people were. I'm just over living in a world like this. Recently, I've had hold on, let me go to the next page. I've had people who've done so much for, I've done so much for, turn their backs on me and talk negative about me. Shit really hurts. I fucked up a lot in life, a lot, but I've done my best to do right, especially those I cared about. And over again, I've seen how the people care about most will immediately hurt you and do terrible things. I never wanted all this. People who know me closest know that all this stuff has been uncomfortable for me. I've worked hard to be able to take care of myself and my family, not for recognition or social media followers. But when I see how cruel people are, it makes me ask, why bother? Um, People die, people get off, people die, people get upset in the moment. The people who talk shit about you are wrong or wrongs you, act as if you were some great person. I wasn't great. I wasn't human. I was human. I've done things I'm so ashamed of, but almost have done things that I could have never imagined doing when growing up in Southside Richmond. My last 24 hours wasn't all bad. I got to see Ham, Hamilton one last time. I got to admire my beautiful new, well, come on, Span, you got it, kid. Got to wear my favorite Richmond, Virginia hoodie and took one last meeting with my, what? Took one last meeting with my team at, I'm not in a place of sadness but relief. This whole thing is like crazy. But struggling for a long time wearing a mask while dealing with so much is exhausting. When I went to the summit yesterday and met someone who told me that their brother thought I was amazing and that I did everything right. It put a smile on my face, but I just wanted people to know that I didn't show you all the real me, just what I wanted to show. Not many people took time to get to know the real me, and some that tried, I wouldn't let them. I've lived a very lonely life, so ask yourself what's important to you, what's really important, that legacy even and what that legacy even means. Oh my God, there's another paragraph. I've been thinking about that a lot. Most people just forget who you are. We are we get caught up in our own ego, not recognizing that 100 years from now, no one will be thinking about most of us. Honestly, I still had a lot I wanted to accomplish. I had a meeting with Rock Nation scheduled tomorrow, and it made think how I never got a chance to meet Hove and tell him how much he meant to me. I wanted Nas the art world. I wanted to He wanted to be successful in the art world. I wanted to create a successful nonprofit that would truly impact the world. I wanted to make the world of business, tech, and art move diverse, more diverse. This makes me sound like I can't read. I am reading this and it really makes me sound like I can't read. Like, what did she do to this man? Like, she did a lot to this man. And you know what the bad part about it is? She writes these books and outs everybody and all this stuff. And everything I'm reading about her in this letter that he wrote, I really believe it. Like, I really believe that she did that to him. It is crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. I wanted to try stand up comedy. I wanted to start painting. I wanted to help brown and black boys and girls know that they had a place in the world, that anything was possible. I wanted to do things. I'm not really sure what kind of impact I will leave, but I want to say to the people who genuinely care about me, thank you. You helped me make it this long. Yeah. We are brothers for life. To my family, I know things haven't always been smooth, but I still love you. To the people who I've wronged and hurt, I am genuinely sorry. If I leave you all with anything, I hope you all move in life with more kindness, love, and respect. Just know this isn't a hesitant decision. Oh my God. I'm at peace and I'm ready. Henry, make sure someone I love get my paintings. He wrote all of this thinking it was going to be his last words to everybody in his family, his friends. He's safe. I just want to let everybody know he's safe and the police got him. That was really a hard letter to read because it was like 10 pages. I read that from Gossip in the City. Thank you, Gossip in the City, for posting it. It just lets you know how people be feeling. Depression is real. And when you are in with a person, or you was with a person, that person can get in your brain. And if you are weak minded, and I'm not trying to say mental illness is weak. I'm not saying that. I don't want nobody to think that I think that people that have mental illness is weak. I just feel like if they have their own issues already and the person that's doing them dirty knows that, which she did know that about him already, and this is why she's choosing to keep messing with him and keep messing with him and keep poking the bear. She is so lucky that he didn't go off on her instead of trying to hurt himself. And thank God that the police got there in time and he didn't hurt himself. But is this crazy how people can get inside of people's heads and try to out them? All this outing and all this stuff. Now, while I'm speaking about people being outed, I've noticed on Lovely T's page that a girl, I forget from what town, but a girl outed two known street dudes on Facebook Live, and then all of a sudden she got killed. My thing is this culture of outing people. Like, I don't get that part of it. The culture of outing people. Like, why do people choose to tell people's business? Like, if you mess with that person and you know what that person is into, if so, you when on Mad Day, or when you break up, and on Mad Day you decide you're gonna out them and think that You're not going to have no repercussions because obviously those two men was on a down low or whatever. I'm going to go to Lovely T video tomorrow if I can find it because I want to do a story about it. But I just want to speak to you about it real quickly. My thing is, why do you feel the need to go and tell somebody else's business because they on a down low? But when you was with them or you was messing with them, you wasn't outing them. But when they made you mad or something like that or didn't give you what you wanted, now you want to out them to the world on Facebook Live? Like, and then you don't expect no repercussion coming from that. And I'm not trying to say that she should have got killed. I'm not saying that. I'm not condoning that. What I'm not understanding is what made her think that nothing was going to happen behind that if you already know how these two individuals get down. You know what I'm saying? If you know how these two individuals get down, what would make you out a person like that? I'm not understanding. Just like now I'm going to go back to Superhead and her baby father. She obviously got something hanging over his head that nobody don't know. You understand what I'm saying? And she's finding that and she keeps poking the bear. And like I said, she's very lucky that he didn't turn around and hurt her in retaliation of the poking. Because some people feel like some people poke at you so you can do stuff to them so they can out you. You understand what I'm saying? Some people like to fuck with people like that. Some people are so miserable, and so sad, they ain't got nothing else to do. They see you at a weak moment and they touch on that weak moment and they keep touching, keep tapping. The bad part about it is she has a kid with that man. So she's forever attached with that man. And this is why she's able to keep poking. And let me say allegedly. Because she hasn't said anything about it. I noticed that. She hasn't said nothing about it. And I'm not trying to say everything he's saying is true. But for him to try to kill himself and write this long love letter thinking it was going to be his last words, that is a problem. People do not want to be poked at. People have things going on that they are trying to do. And when you see me trying to be great, all of a sudden you want to poke at me because you don't have nothing else better to do. You have the name Superhead for a reason. I'm just saying, you out a lot of men. This is what she do. You understand what I'm saying? This is what she's been doing. If you ever read her first book that she ever came out with, she's out in rappers and this and actors and this and that and the third. So like I said, I believe everything that he is saying. Do I know who her baby father is? No. I don't know who this young man is, but I feel for him. People have to have more compassion. If you're not going to mess with him no more, then don't mess with him. Don't be with him because obviously he don't want to be with you. Don't get mad because he don't want to be with you. Don't get mad because he don't want to give you money to line your pockets. And this is another thing that I don't be understanding. Why do females feel like they can use a kid for bait? I know I'm everywhere. I know it's like everywhere. And I said I wanted to talk about a lot of celebrities, but these are the things that come to my brain. Why do females use a kid to dangle over a man's head, but yet you want him to take care of the kid? But on top of that, you want him to take care of you too. That's not his obligation no more to take care of you. And in 2020, let's just keep it all the way a stack now. In 2020, because this is the type of woman I am. In 2020, why do you feel like somebody should be obligated to take care of you anyway? I'm not getting it. Why do you feel like somebody should be lining your pockets because you don't have a child with them, because you don't lay down with them? I don't get it. You know what else I don't get? This is a whole rant now. This is like a whole rant now. Why is it that mothers and fathers of a child can't work things out and want to go to court for everything? Child support court. All they do is, let me tell you what child support court do. This is what I don't like. Child support take your case. You go file a case on your baby father. You want X amount of dollars. Child support, helps you with that. And the court system helps you get the X amount of dollars. But what you don't realize is the court get more of the money than the child do. Like, you just taking the baby father to court trying to make him mad instead of trying to working it out and saying, well, listen, your child needs X, Y, and Z. I'm not understanding why the first thing is, well, I'm going to take that nigga to child support. What? All the court system is going to do is take your money, sis. They going to give your child a crumbs. Meanwhile, they don't eat off of you and your baby daddy. He gonna pay them the money. He pays you the money, and they take a whole lump sum out of it. I don't get it. But let me go back to my main topic, because I just drifted off because it was just all linked together some way, somehow. So I just was like there with it. I told you this is a dark room moment, honey. And anything goes in the dark room. Yeah, I believe everything that her baby father wrote about her. I believe it all. I believe everything that Superhead baby father wrote about her. Wrote about that note. I believe that she's abusive. I can see it in her because she looked like sometimes, if you look into the eyes is the opening to the soul. And if you look at her eyes sometimes, like look in her eyes and you can just read everything. Forget what you may know about her from the book, from the videos, from the rumors circulating, on the blogs. You can tell that she's been through a lot. And you can tell that she's hurt and emotional, sad. For you to have to do things like what he's accusing her of doing is a lot. It really is a lot. And it's sad. I feel for him. I really do. I really do. Let's move on to the next story. Now, let's talk about Neo and his wife, Crystal. Now, we all watched, what was it? Hollywood Exes. Hollywood Exes had Neo's first wife and baby mother up there. I do not remember her name, and I'm not going to act like I remember her name. But it had Kevin Hart's baby mother up there too. His first wife was up there too. I forget, it was a couple of people up there. It was a couple of people up there. I think DMX baby mother was up there too, if I'm not mistaken. His first wife was up there too, if I'm not mistaken. I watched it, so I watched it, and I watched it go down when she got her tubes tied and burnt because Neo didn't want no more kids, and right after that, their marriage broke up. She had 2 beautiful kids by Neo, and beautiful beautiful girl, and her marriage broke up, and she was so sad she couldn't move on. It was a lot going on. I'm just want to give you a little bit of backstory. Now, today, no, I'm gonna go back a little. I'm gonna build back, because this girl, this wife that he has now, that he's getting ready to get the divorce from, Crystal, she was on Eva Marcel's show, and I forgot the name of her show because they was on a show together too. They're friends, or whatever, and I remember when they was getting married and all that stuff. That show was a couple of years old. And she was talking about, the backlash she was receiving from how she got Neo. I'm not too sure about the whole backstory, so I'm not going to, throw stuff in there. I'm not gonna do that. But he left his first wife for her. You understand what I'm saying? And now, today, he's leaving her. I don't know if he got somebody, but she sure enough do, because I already know that y'all heard that she was seen with Ryan Leslie from Black Ink. Why did I say Ryan Leslie? Ryan Henry from Black Ink Chicago over the NBA All-Star Weekend. And it's crazy. But let me tell you something. I believe Neo is like going to be a little bit unbothered. He's so unbothered. Homeboy don't went and made a song about it. He don't went and made a song about it. Okay. Let me go pull up the song. Hold on 1 minute. Honey, you know I be having issues in the dark room sometimes, yo. I got to do better, honey. I'm sitting up here looking for this Neo little thing that I was looking for y'all, and I had to go through like a whole situation. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta do better. You just gotta tell yourself you need to do certain things better to do for it. Everything can just be better. I just gotta do better. It's 2020. I got to be on top of my shit. Like, it literally took me 20 minutes to find the whole Neo thing. And that's because phone situations and this and that. Anyway, enough about my phone. Let's get back to Neo and Crystal and why they breaking up. Now, none of them is saying, neither one of them is saying, he said, I gotta go to Lovely T's thing, but he said that they both have demons that they fighting. Like, he did an interview, and I gotta find the interview though, because I want to really like break down their whole thing, like make a separate video about it, because he said they both got demons, and right now they're not ready to be married. Right now they don't need to be married to each other right now until they heal themselves or whatever, something along the lines to that. But like I said, he don't seem like he's like, you know, too bothered. This is his thing. He said, you let a wedding ring turn into a peaking ring, okay? Now, and then right after that, she was seen with Ryan for Super Bowl weekend. You know, this like they playing tit for tat. I guess he dropped the song that, you know, Gossip in the City got the song. She posted it on her Instagram page. She seen that and said, well, I'm going to do one better, and I'm going to go over here to Liv's. And she went over there to Chicago and started hanging with Ryan. And then she recorded it because she's dead looking in the camera. Ryan's dead looking in the camera. They both laughing. Like, are we doing this for an album? Because you know Neo's getting ready to drop an album. That's one of his songs. So, are we doing this for you know, to get attention? Because you know what I hate? You know what I hate? This is a pet peeve that I'm starting to notice a lot. And maybe because my eyes is too fucking open. I noticed that a lot of these celebs, when they drop out the limelight for a little while, they gotta do something to will you right back in. So you be like, oh, Neo, where he been? And then now all of a sudden, when you and your wife is getting ready to get a divorce, now here you come with an album. I mean, like, it's good promo, but, like, is this what the world's coming to? Like, every time a celebrity is getting ready to drop something and they want the people attention, the people being us, the world. They do something like this, drop an album, like when they ready to do something like drop an album, or they want us to pay attention to a TV show, or something has to happen. Like it just be a whole lot going on around them to make us pay attention to, like that song I just played y'all. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I'm so tired of that. Like, don't bait us. Don't bait us. And then it be on a whole I hate when the reality stars do it. Like, I hate when the reality stars do it. It's like, is the story even real? Because it's like they try to make it so much a reality for we can believe that they don't write some of that shit. And we already know y'all still write and create scenarios for y'all can have a reality show. Because I feel like they know that reality TV shows at some point is going to fade into the background again. Well, not again, but they're going to fade into the background. And people are not going to pay attention to some of these reality shows. Because a lot of them people don't pay attention to right now. Like, I was looking at Love and Hip Hop Miami. I knew that Trick Daddy situation, him being locked up, I knew that was going to be on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Just like the Santana situation with him getting shot at. That's all in Love and Hip Hop Miami. Why? So it's like, so the cameras just happened to show up when shit was going down. Like, so y'all just happened to be taping that night at when Santana got shot. Like, I just wonder, like, I don't get it. Like, it's just crazy to me. It baffles my brain. It baffles my brain at some of the things that happen around the time that a show is getting ready to come on and they want you to pay attention to it. Or an album is about to drop and they want you to pay attention to it. It like, I am so tired. Sometimes I just be so done with like looking at stuff, but you gotta look at it because I really want to be talking about stuff like I'm talking about it right now. Like, because I gotta let it release off my mind. This is what the dark room is all about, honey. And a lot of people be here for the dark room, honey. But it's just crazy how the world is just becoming a whole internet. Like, the internet runs the world. People can go in your comments, and my thing is, though, if you don't have nothing nice to say about the post, keep strolling. Why do you feel the need to comment, like to type? It takes energy to type some of the things that people are typing. Like, it's bananas to me. It blows my gasket. And my thing is with, I want to get into the whole D-Wade thing, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit right here because I'm going to make a whole nother video about it tomorrow. But I wanted to give you like a little snippet. Little Boosie came out and said, why y'all cutting D-Wade's, the former basketball player, Gabrielle Union's husband. He's talking about cut, and he want to cut, and the girl, the young man, which is 12 years old that we are talking about, wants to become a transgender. He wants to cut off his penis, and he wants to be a girl. Now, my thing is, you can support your child without being public about it. Because if the internet wasn't there, you wasn't going to support him? Because some people, the reason why I say that is because some people in the comments, and some of the comments on Twitter, they was going in. But y'all have to realize, they wouldn't be going in if y'all didn't put it out there that this is what y'all was doing to the little boy, which is 12 years old. Y'all don't let God create anything anymore. Like, it's crazy. Y'all having surrogates, and that's cool. That's great. But for y'all to go pick an egg and be like, oh, that's a girl, I don't want that. Oh, that's a boy. Let me get that. Like, it's crazy to me. It baffles my mind. It's no way in the world that boy knows that he wants to be a girl. I'm sorry. Like I said in the comments, apples and oranges are two different things. Just because they round, please don't get them confused. It is what it is, and please don't let that go over your head. One minute he might be saying that now, and then meet a dope girl. Because now that he's transgender, he can't even have sex with her when he grow up because he don't even have a penis. I feel like once they are 18, 21 years old, I feel like they should be making that decision. For you to make that decision, for your child to come to you and say, I'm a boy and I want to be a girl. That's crazy to me. Like, how is it that you? When is it? When did we start letting our kids tell us what they was doing? Like, I'm not trying to say it in a bad way, and I'm not trying to say they shouldn't support their child. I'm trying to say that y'all should sit your child down and talk to him and say, listen, we support everything and everything that you're feeling. We are listening. We are here for you. But you're only 12 years old. You might change your mind one day. That don't mean we don't support you. But we're going to wait till you are 18 years old and we're going to revisit the same conversation. We're not going through no surgeries and then come to find out, oops, I was thinking that when I was 12, but now that I'm 18, 21 years old, now I want to be a boy again. Because once you do that surgery, there's no going back. Like, it's like crazy. And some of the people that go through that process, they go through a lot mentally, health wise, everything. They go through a lot. So for y'all to be going out there publicly and throwing it out there, and I understand that you want to live your life, but sometimes everything is not for social media. If you don't want nobody to comment on it, don't fucking put it out there. Because obviously, y'all mad at what Little Boosie said. And what Little Boosie said was not wrong. We're going to get into it tomorrow because I want to play Little Boosie's video and everything. But what he said wasn't wrong. He was right. I feel him on that. Why is it that we are letting these kids... When did the kids start running the parent? Like, I don't get it. Oh, I want to be X, Y, and Z. Okay. Like, no. No, and I'm not trying to say they didn't have that talk with their child, but I'm trying to say is, y'all should wait till that young man turns into a real young man, 18, 21, and then say, okay, let's have this discussion again. How do you feel? Because let me tell you something. Y'all sitting up here throwing him out there. Y'all know the internet is savages. They're going to say whatever it is they're going to say and how they feel. Why? Because you put it out there and you put it into the light. So when you put it into the light, you want people to see. You want people to comment. Because if you didn't, you would have never put it out there. And that's all I'm going to say about that subject for right now. But I will be doing another video tomorrow. I might be doing a couple of videos because I've been wanting to say a lot of things, and I've noticed a lot of topics have been coming up that I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to talk about them. And we're not going to be in a dark room for every topic. No, ma'am. We will be front and center because I want to, break things down and talk about things. Like, it's bananas to me how people put things out there into the world and don't think that nobody's not supposed to say nothing. If you didn't want our opinions, then don't put it out there. That's all I'm saying. And I'm mad that Twitter is going in on Little Boosie for fucking stating his opinion. Like, I don't get it. Like, if you don't want nobody to comment, then don't put it on Front Street. And when is it that we have to live every little bit of our lives on fucking social media? Like, I wish it was a day, 2 days without social media. I wish Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram go black for 3 days and see what the world will do. I swear, I wish there'll be no internet for like 3 days. I would love to see what everybody is gonna do with no blogs, no nothing, no internet, no nothing. I would love to see what they're gonna. I would love to see what would happen if there was no internet for 3 days, because you don't need to put your life out there. You really, really don't need to put everything out there. Y'all putting this young man on Front Street. Y'all putting this young man to be, setting them up to be teens, basically. He still got to go to school. Oh, wait, no, he don't got to go to school because his father was a good basketball player and he retired and he got money and his stepmother got money, and so they can take him out of school and he can be in private school. 9 out of 10 at this point, I bet you he is at home doing homeschooling. Because it doesn't make any type of sense getting his nails done. Why? Why are we getting his nails done? I don't get it. Why he got nails on his fingertips? I'm not understanding. I'm not. I'm just not. I don't get it. Why are we letting these kids because we don't want to. No. You have to sit down and talk to your kid. They can want an apple today and an orange next year or next month. Either way, they want that orange, and now you fucked. Because you don't went and gave them the apple. Like, it's crazy. It don't make sense. But like I said, I don't really want to talk about the whole thing right now. I'm going to give you the whole, my face, everything tomorrow. My name is Eve the Weave. I just want to touch on some topics because I didn't want this video too long, but I noticed with me reading that whole letter from Superhead's baby father, it turned into a whole long video, and it was drawn out because I couldn't really I couldn't. Some of it I couldn't understand it. A lot of it I did, and I couldn't believe the words that I was reading at the same time. So it's just crazy. But like I said, my name is Eve the Weave. Like, share, and subscribe. And good night from New York City. I am on a road to 1,000. So please, 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 please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell 2 times, so you can get all of your notifications, because people are complaining about notification girls on YouTube, honey. It is crazy. So, like I said, if you can get all your notifications, go hit that bell, and so you can get all your notifications. My name is Eve the Weave. I gotta go, YouTube. Later.